Greetings, kith and kin to Church of Freya. I know it's been a while since we've had a video. That is mostly because I have been traveling. I'm still traveling, if you can't tell by the fact that I am sitting in a hotel room. So today's video is going to be how did the Norse view transgenderism? I see today's pages lots of Norse ignoring the fact that transgenderism is a big part of our mythology. For those of you that don't know, Loki is about as agender as they come. So, I'm going to read you a short story. It's about Sleipnir, Odin's horse. Sleipnir was the eight-legged horse born of Loki and belonged to Odin. Loki gave birth to Sleipnir after turning himself into a female horse when his father demanded he sabotage the work of the craftsmen from being able to complete the fortification of Asgard in one season. Here's how that happened. This is just a wild story. In the early days of ValHalla, a craftsman came to visit. He offered to create a citadel around Asgard, which could keep out the giants who may attack from any direction. The man claimed he could complete the fortification of Asgard in 3 seasons, and for payment demanded that the goddess Freya be his bride, and that he receives the sun and moon as well. The gods, however, thought that his choice of payment was steep. The gods, however, thought his choice of payment was steep and negotiated that he would be paid in full if he completed the wall in just 1 season, and that he receives no help from any man. The man accepts this with the condition that his stallion Svardolfari, sorry, I've just butchered the shit out of that, could help. The gods were unsure, but Loki convinced them that even with the help of his horse, the man would not be able to uphold his end of the bargain. So Freya and the sun and moon were not at no risk at all. And so the man set to work on the first day of winter, yet it was his huge stallion that did all the work, effortlessly hauling huge boulders. The progress of the citadel progressed swiftly, and it was so tall and strong that no enemy would be able to take Asgard. 3 days before the winter was to be over, the gods sat down for council and discussed how they were going to avoid giving the man payment. Because why the hell else would they do something like that? Whilst discussing this, the gods began to question who had agreed to the man's term in the first place. The consensus, like most times, was Loki was to blame. Loki is the ultimate big bad in Norse mythology, in our religion. And he's usually the one doing the dumb shit. The evil Loki was demanded to obstruct the craftsmen from completing the last part of the citadel so they would not pay him. Loki would face violence and death if not, so he swore oath that he would stop the man and his horse from completing the citadel. If you know anything at all about the Norse, their oaths were everything. You could be put to death for being an oath breaker. Whilst the man was working that evening, a mare appeared from a nearby forest and neighed towards the stallion. The mare was in heat, and the stallion broke away from his work and ran into the woods, following the other horse. The man was not happy that his stallion had got away. He became enraged when Svadilfan ran with the mare all night, and the next day he could not finish the citadel in time. The gods, noticing the man's wrath, realized that he was in fact a giant, and they had been well and truly duped. They called for Thor to kill the giant. Thor swung Mjolnir at the giant's head. The heavy blow killed him instantly, the force sending his body flying to Niflheim, and cast tiny pieces of his skull across the 9 realms. It became clear that it was Loki who had stopped the completion of the Citadel. He had disguised himself as the mayor, to which Svaldi, I butchered that again, left the giant to be with, and had become pregnant with the stallion's foal. Loki later gave birth to a gray, 8-legged horse he called Sleipnir. It was the best horse among gods and men, so Loki gifted him to Odin. This is something that most members of the Norse religion believe happened. It's a story, it's from our myths, and much like any other religion, our myths are to be believed by us. So what does this mean about the Norse pagans accepting transgenderism? There is a hair that has been there the whole damn time. This means we need to accept it. If our brother becomes our sister, then so be it. If our sister becomes our brother, then we have another brother for the shield wall. It is not something that we need to fight against. It is something that even the gods accepted, mostly because Loki was like, hey, I'm gonna go fuck a horse. And he did. So yeah, these people who claim that Norse pagans should never accept transgenderism in any form don't know our histories. They don't know any of it. These are the same ones that say, oh, you must be X amount Scandinavian and blah, 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 and refuse to see the fact that in the, I think it was the 900s, I'll do some research and I'll do a full video on them later. There was an African Norseman. He became a leader with skin as black as night, if I remember the description correctly, which I probably don't. These are the same people who would keep our sisters low. While yes, math was thought to be witchcraft, and witchcraft was a woman's work in those days, still very much think that. Myself, I hate math, I cannot math, I will never be able to math. Keeping our sisters low is not the Norse way. If you can hold the shield, if you can hold the axe, then you are welcome in the line. There are dozens now of burial sites that show female Vikings, female Norse, my apologies, with a shield, with a spear, with an axe, with a sword, and the things that she gained as she killed in that grave. So to all of you who watch my videos, I will remind you, should our brother become our sister, then they are all the better for it. If our sister were to become our brother, then we shall accept another brother into the mead hall. We do not discriminate against anybody for knowing that they are in the wrong body. It is a well-known truth that the gods make mistakes. I just read you a story where they made 3 mistakes. It is a well-known fact that they do this. They make mistakes. Well, brothers and sisters, this will be a short video. I will be doing a couple more videos while I'm here at the hotel. before I travel yet again for work. I hope everybody has a good week and a good weekend. And I will see you next week.